The biggest loss of life for Spain so far in a 24-hour period. They are fast closing in on the numbers here in Italy, which reached 11,500 lives lost yesterday in the space of just 5.5 weeks. But yes, today 849 lives were announced by the Health Ministry to have been lost in the last 24-hour period in Spain, bringing that number now to more than 8,000. And of course, the rate of infections is growing exponentially still as well in Spain, while Italy broke the 100,000 milestone yesterday. Spain is fast approaching that. And while Italy, of course, still has the biggest loss of life globally and the second highest number of cases after the United States, Spain is fast approaching the same figure. The number of deaths and the number of new positive cases has risen by around 11% in Spain in the last 24 hours. They were seeing a gradual slow, a rather modest slow in the spread of the virus, but that now has rebounded, which of course will only add pressure on the healthcare system there, which we have seen is already struggling to cope in very similar scenes to the ones that we've seen here in northern Italy. Of course, that conference centre, which is now being turned into Europe's biggest field hospital in Madrid. But it's not just Madrid that's now suffering. That, of course, was the epicenter of the outbreak in Spain. We now understand that a third of Spain's regions are at their capacity in intensive care. And on top of that, 14% of healthcare workers have become infected with COVID-19 as well. And of course, that is something that we've also seen here in Italy. More than 60 Italian doctors have now lost their lives in this fight against coronavirus in the country. More than 6,000 frontline healthcare workers in Italy are also infected. So desperate scenes and desperate figures that we're seeing out of Spain, and certainly something that people here in Italy are all too familiar with.